Here we have an iPad Air 2 that was mailed in to us from the UK. And customer said, let me go over to his email quick. I'm a subscriber from the UK. It's been a pleasure watching your repair videos. Unfortunately, the device, iPad Air 2, has died. I have dropped it a few times recently, not sure if it has something to do with it. It was working, then it suddenly stopped. It won't turn on at all. It hasn't been liquid damage or anything like that. The screen was intact at the time of sending. I hope it reaches you in that way. I have watched previous video on iPad repair and you mentioned the screen could break when you attempt to fix it. I accept the risk. I hope you are able to fix it. Don't worry if you are not, but please do send it back. I would like you to make a video on it. That's one of the reasons for sending it to you. I did speak to you briefly and you mentioned you don't make videos on everything. You repair, that's understandable. I hope you find the time to make one on my device. I used to watch Louis Rosman video. He now has over 1 million subscribers. Since discovering your channel, I can no longer watch his videos. Your channel content and variety and information, blah, blah, so much better. You deserve to have 1 million. Okay. And I look forward to watching more of your videos. Okay, great. So the tablet does not power on. It was sent from Shazad, UK. And I did verify that the tablet does not power on. It does not even charge. 0 amps being drawn by the amp meter when we plug the cable in. So there is absolutely no power reaching this iPad. A few things I did before recording this video. I replaced the battery with a good known charged battery and the tablet still did not power on. That tells me that the charge and flex cable has nothing to do with the problem, because even if the charge and flex cable is bad, the tablet should still turn on a charged battery. So now neither the battery nor the charge and flex cable are the problem with this tablet. I have a very strong reason to believe that this could be a Tristar chip issue based on my past experience working on the iPad Air 2s that do not power on. So let's locate the Tristar chip and see if we can fix this problem. Let's apply some Amtech 559 Flux, and this Flux can be found on our website, because every single video I post, people tell me, what type of Flux are you using? So I'm mentioning the Flux in every video that I do. One thing I forgot to do is remove the SIM card, because this tablet does have a SIM card and I do not want the SIM card to melt inside the tablet right here. Tristar chip is right next to the SIM card reader, so we have to be careful. And that's the tray right here. And let's also cover the SIM tray so it doesn't get affected, just like that. And let's proceed. Okay, so pin number 1 is on the top left. Let's put the chip on the side. And now we have to clean the pads. We're gonna start by mixing leaded solder with unleaded. That way we can lower the melting temperature of those solder balls. Let's rotate. Okay, so we're going to use our hot tweezers to desolder those balls, just like that. I introduced this technique in a previous video that I did, where I was trying to see if I can use hot tweezers and a wick to desolder solder balls, and it worked. And I've been using this method since. And just like that, add some flux. I mean, that blob of flux looks like it's a lot, but just remember that we are working under a microscope, so that blob is microscopic. Like one guy was asking, do you buy flux by the truckload? We do, but we do not use it by the truckload. It just looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm not. Very good. So let's just tap it a bit. And that's it. A new Tristar chip is in place. Let's wait until the board cools down a bit and we'll test. Very nice. So all we have to do is plug a battery in. I have the customer stuff right here, the screen and the battery. Somebody came in. So the screen is plugged in, and I just removed that separator between the battery and the motherboard. And let's try to power it on. I do not know if the battery is charged, but we can try it anyway. And no power. Let's plug the cable in and see what we get. I do not have a USB plug here, so I'm going to use this power bank. And we're going to plug this one here. Okay, so we have 5 volts on the meter. And let's plug the charging cable. And hopefully it works. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. There's a short somewhere on the board. There's a short somewhere on the board. It's showing 2.58 amps. 2.61, 2.53 amps. There's a short somewhere on the board. I wasn't getting a short before. I was not getting a short before we changed the Tristar chip. So it looks like there's something else wrong with the board. And that's how the Tristar chip probably went bad in the first place. Now that we changed the Tristar chip, we do see the short on the meter. 2.58 amps being drawn is definitely a short. Let me inspect this under the thermal cam and see if we can figure out what's shorting out. Okay, so let's see. And look at this, it's flashing, it's blinking. Let me go to manual mode and raise the temperature boundary a bit. Look at this. Right now we do not know why these two chips are blinking. Let me plug the charging cable and see if anything changes. Charging cable is plugged in. Oh, heat everywhere. Heat everywhere. And this is the CPU right here. And the CPU is burning hot. This could be a CPU short. The cable is unplugged and the CPU cooled down. Okay, so what happens if we unplug the battery and plug the charging cable in? Right now something positive happened where we are actually seeing the short on the meter. Before I only saw 0 amps being drawn. So it's a step forward. Right now the battery is disconnected and we are getting 0 amps draw by the meter. Look at this. Let me grab another battery. Right there. Okay, let's put the new battery in. Okay, so the new battery is in. Let's go to the thermal cam and see if we see anything obvious like what we saw previously. We had a chip that was flickering. So look at that, nothing is flickering on the board right now. So what if we plug the power cable? What happens? Power cable is plugged in. Amps being drawn right now is 1.55, which is a lot better than 2.6. CPU got hot along with this chip and this chip. Okay, we have a big heat spot on the CPU, on this side of the CPU. So let's see, let's try to power the tablet on. Does it power on? I mean, 1.47 amps being drawn sounds good to me. It's only one side of the CPU that is getting extremely hot. And look at this, it's basically the CPU. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the side for now. I have to go home. I have a very strong reason to believe that this could be a CPU related problem. It's only one part of the CPU that is heating up a lot, and that's not normal. That's not normal. I'm gonna give it another try tomorrow. I'm leaving in about 10 minutes, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.